Hi, my name is Colin Bell and I'm a performance coach specialising in change. So how does Brexit impact me? Directly, I would say not. I don't particularly have any political agenda or political views, so that's the honest answer there. But what I would say is that I do business in Europe, I do business in the US, so obviously indirectly it does have an impact and a bearing because it impacts my clients, so therefore it does have an impact on me. But what I would say regarding my interpretation of the situation is that the meaning I choose to give it is the meaning that I decide, and the meaning is that I don't believe personally it impacts me perhaps as much as it does other people.
I think as a student we've been misinformed about Brexit, as we're going to have a lot less opportunities to work abroad or to find careers in Europe.
I think for Brexit this was a very bad choice for English people here. In the future, for many big companies, it will be very difficult to find workers who to work for the minimum here.
Brexit doesn't really affect me personally because, to be honest, it hasn't even gone through yet, but I think within a few years it will affect all the kids coming up. Like, I've got a son, so obviously it's going to affect him more, like with uni and jobs and like stuff like that, because it's going to be more difficult to get work and all of that stuff.
Brexit, in my opinion, is not a good thing. The free market and the benefits of being in the European Union far outweigh not being in the Union. It's highlighted a lot of social issues, which I think is a bad thing.
So there's a couple of strategies and techniques that we use in coaching that may be of some value. We take these models from sport and the corporate environment. Three very basic and simple tips. Number one, don't make the situation worse than it actually is. It is what it is, the outcome is as we know, but don't make it worse than it actually is. The second one is particularly taken from sport, where we talk about controlling the controllables. There are a number of factors here that clearly we can do nothing or very little about. And if our energy flows into a state where we're trying to change that we have no control over, we're going to lose. So therefore, let's focus and find things that we can control, and therefore that's going to create an elevated state. And the third and final one is gratitude. What's wrong is always available, but as is what is right. So therefore, if we put our energy into finding things or focusing on things, even on a daily basis, to be grateful for, even the fact that we have the ability to, and the choice and freedom to vote, and any number of other things that if we look for reasons to be grateful, then we can find them on a daily basis, and that is going to lead clearly to better outcomes, better belief and better choice. Okay, so we've identified some strategies that we can use to better manage this situation. So what we want to do is also to have a look at some coaching questions that perhaps the people that we've interviewed could use to feel slightly better about the Brexit situation. The first question would be, does this belief empower you or disempower you? Another question that our interviewees could ask themselves: if you changed your belief about the current situation, what impact would that have just by looking at things slightly differently? The third question that we can ask is that if we don't change our belief, what's that going to cost us in the long run? And then a fourth question that we could ask would be, what are we actually willing to do to see a better outcome with this situation? So we might not be able to control the events and what's going on with Brexit, but as a coach, what I would do, I would challenge you to try and control your response and your belief to it to try and achieve a better outcome. And I think in conclusion, where that takes us is to say, well, nothing in truth has any meaning other than the meaning that we give it.